Forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that every chromosome, every cell in Caitlyn Jenner's body is male with the exception of some of his sperm cells. It turns out that his brain structure is male. It turns out that he still has all of his male appendages. How he feels on the inside is irrelevant to the question of his biological sex.
I don't agree with that. I'm not on that train. I'm not on that train. She wants to be called she. I'm going to call her she.
So you don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated on genetics.
Would you like to discuss the genetics or no?
Well, no,
what
no.
are your genetics, sir?
So I'd stay away from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
Yeah, this one was wild. There's a lot to this particular backstory. So, first of all, I was invited on the program, and backstage, the producer says, I used to produce Jerry Springer. This should have been my first hint that things were going to get wild. And I said, you know my perspective on this. And the person said, right, that's why we're having you on. We want it to be like a lively debate. We want you to just express your opinions and everything. All right, fine. So then the way they seat this, obviously, is they seat Zoe Tur right next to me. And pretty quickly, this thing goes off the rails. Because the moment that anybody suggests that perhaps a genetic male is actually a genetic male, and that a genetic male who believes he is a female is just a delusional male, that apparently is unsayable. Now, again, that's not to suggest that gender dysphoria isn't tragic. It is tragic. But to suggest that a person with gender dysphoria is therefore a member of the sex to which they claim membership is, of course, absurd on its face. So, as you can see, this debate started to go off the rails even before Zoe Tur decided to get physical in the debate. You can see people saying that I'm being disrespectful to pronouns, which is bizarre because pronouns, aside from facts not having feelings, actually pronouns don't have feelings either, as it turns out. And then the entire movement of the debate away from the realm of the rational toward we're just going to insult people, and Zoe Tur suggested, you don't know anything about genetics, little boy, you don't know anything about genetics. And when I asked him about his genetics, that's when the physical threat came out. What was funny is right after this, when the rest of the panel immediately swiveled and turned on me. You knew you were going to offend Zoe that way. You knew you were going to offend Zoe. Okay, well, number one, I generally refer, honest to goodness, I promise you this. I was not thinking in the moment, I'm going to call this person sir in order to insult them. This is a large physical male sitting next to me who's speaking directly to me. And that's how I speak to men. I mean, this is a man. And so it sort of came out unconsciously. And then the fact that Zoe Tur got physical about it and started making physically violent threats on the set, that was something I didn't expect to happen. My main reaction there was just puzzlement. I honestly could not believe that this was a thing that was happening on national television. It was absolute bizarro world. After this happened, Zoe Tur, on the way out, kind of growled at me, "I'll see you in the parking lot, little boy."